So, hey, welcome to Occultists Anonymous, episode 72? Yeah, 72.
I lost track after 69.
Right. This is 69, part 3. I can do math. So, yeah, how are we doing, guys? We are back. We're good. I'm going to minimize all this. So the Onyx Path, excuse me, no.
The Onyx Path is brought to you by...
Oh, man. No, we're not that big. Yes, the Occultists Anonymous are sponsored by Roll20, the Onyx Path. And viewers like you, thank you guys so much for your support. If you're supporting us on Patreon, if you're supporting us on YouTube by subscribing, if you're following us on Twitch, or even subscribing to the Onyx Path on Twitch, we greatly appreciate it. It's really cool stuff. It all just means that you guys like us. And I'll be honest, middle of the week, sometimes I need that ego boost, and I pull up and I'm like, wow, there's actually 600 people subscribed to this YouTube channel.
So many people.
What? So hi guys.
Hey, what's up?
So yeah, thank you guys for your support. And a special shout out to our patrons who support us monetarily and pass us a couple bucks to let us do cool and interesting things. I have sorted this in hopefully a different direction than ever before, so this will be a new order. Thank you to Thomas, Cinna, Schmitty, Ryan, Puppeteer, Perry, Other Michael, Nova, Moku, Michael, Melissa, Cat Feathers, Josh, James, Giovanni, Emil. He messaged me of how to pronounce it. I'm still not 100% sure.
Emil?
Doc, Danny, Brandon, and Alexander. There's the cough just in time. So yes, thank you guys so much for your support. When we last left,
Get a name for him other than Other Michael.
hey, I messaged him. I was like, hey, I'm just gonna give you a shout out. Hey, if you want to put a different name, you totally can. But and I've threatened him once already on stream. He just might become Other instead of Other Michael. But hey, that's the name they put in. So be it. Right. So when we last left the party, they'd gone to the theater and gotten all cultured. Well, as cultured as you can be with a space opera campy fest. Songbird still doesn't approve.
It's so much
It's
fun.
not that I don't approve, it's that I
Right.
just don't.
Don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I actually just now realized Chris doesn't actually like sci-fi. If I remember
Chris
correctly.
likes specific bands of sci-fi.
There we go. Okay. All right. Glad my mic is fixed. I didn't do anything different. So there we are. But okay.
Hooray!
Sure. Yay! Good job, team. Sorry. Yes, cultured took Judd and our good friend Jimmy Smalls Patinko, soon and working on his own shadow name. The once
So, my precious baby boy, you took his eyes, and I cannot believe you.
yes. Well, both of your precious baby boys are doing just fine back at the Mysterium, where they've been dropped off. Jimmy, the Mysterium folks had seen of Jimmy. He was actually packing his stuff up and was getting ready to go back to his house and kind of integrate himself back in, because disappearing for multiple days in a row gets kind of sketchy. People start asking questions. So yeah, get back into
especially when you're
society.
working with the mob.
That's true, but those guys probably are going to be asking less questions. And then of course, Weird had gone off with the cast party and hung out with Steven and gave Steven his first mission. Well, actually second mission, I guess. First mission was show up with your Shakespeare. The new mission being, hey, have a chat with your buddy Christopher Wallace, and we'll see about getting him into this labyrinth as well. The Watchers of the Watch of the Road.
Yep.
Yeah. So cool. And then the Cabal was like, yeah, think we're ready. We're going
It's time
to
to go on
head to
vacation.
Yucatan. Yeah. They've been back in the U.S. for like a week and a half after Peru.
Time to go to Cabo.
Yep. And now we're heading down to Mexico. Obviously, there's probably going to be a couple days as you guys kind of get stuff together, pack, make travel plans, get your itinerary, and stuff like that. And I know Atratus has stuff to do.
This is probably the night we finish the play, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
While they're off doing whatever it is they're doing.
Yeah, they're doing a cast
house,
party.
Go to my room and then sit. Wait. I made the soulstone part of the domain.
You
so
have not, but you
no,
could.
I'm saying that's how I got into it the first time.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Like, I made it a domain and then hopped in from there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to do that.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and roll. Gnosis plus your Arcana, which I imagine for you is going to be Death.
3 successes?
No problem. I think that takes a mana. But no problem. Yeah, and you basically join. Technically, per the rules, she doesn't actually join the domain to the other domain. She just creates another domain.
Just overlay.
Yeah, why not? Whatever. We're not stressed about it. And then go ahead, because I imagine you're going to meditate. So yeah, go ahead and roll your resolve plus composure. Just for the funsies. Cool.
Success.
So yeah, an hour of meditation, and you find yourself again in that big open void of flat, almost like black marble, just spread to the horizons. And there is the woman in black, who had no particular name. She kind of said, calling me Phoenix would be okay. It is standing there on the stairs of the gazebo. And before, where she had come down to you to greet you and stuff like that, now she's standing there, for those of you who had forgotten, and because, whoops, I don't have her picture handy. Oh, crap. Because I was going to re-describe her.
She looks very cool.
She is so freaking cool, and well, it's on my phone, but yeah, she's got a horned kind of mask, black robes of not creepy culty, but definitely of occult origin, and she's standing there and she kind of puts her arms out kind of in a welcoming gesture, very Willy Wonka at the chocolate factory kind of thing, and then just draws back and finds a seat, and like your comfy overstuffed leather chair is there, and she just kind of waits for your arrival.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk up to sit down in front of her and say, I'm ready now.
That you are. I feel it. I will admit some serious trepidation about this. In my memories, I never initiated anybody into the order, into the legacy, but that, of course, just be because I can't remember anything. So we will we'll sit and talk a little bit, and discuss the true order of and nature of the world, and then we will carry through a small initiation that you'll get through one way or another. And so she continues, and Ash already knows this, so we're going to speed forward just a little bit. But basically, the Phoenix explains the whole idea of nothing is ever permanently broken. Everything can be fixed, repaired, made new, recycled, something. Everything, even once it's broken and dead, can become new in some new form, new fashion. Yes, there are those of you. Yes, this is totally a group of reuse, recycle necromancers. Nobody's using that corpse. Zombify that thing. And then as she's kind of finishing up and talking with you, she kind of she looks and says, "So now comes the hard part." And you guys have like a long kind of back and forth of discussion and stuff like that. But then she says, so you're going to leave here, and you are going to find something dear and connected to you, something that means something to you, and you must break it to the point of it no longer being recognizable, no longer the thing it was. And then you will make it something new. And with that, you will put a stamp on your soul, and you will become one of us.
One of us. One of us.
I fear, my child, that this will be the last that we see of each other.
Will you not be here anymore?
I don't feel so. I have a tingling sensation that when you leave here and take what knowledge I have of the legacy, it will be yours, and I will no longer be needed. You know, it's a legacy, so as such, as long as you are here, then I am not forgotten, nor the, well, at this point now, nameless ancestors who came before me. We live on in you, in a way. So please, once you leave here, make more of us. Sorry, that sounded inappropriate. But you know what I mean. Find broken things, fix them, and among the mages, find those who are worthy and capable of wisely fixing people, fixing things that are broken.
So will I just know these things as I get better at being Mage?
Yeah, out of character, yes. In character, she says, the legacy will lead you from one thing to the next, as your knowledge and knowledge and understanding, we'll go with that, deepen.
Gnosis.
Yes, but yeah, as your arcana and gnosis grow.
And gnosis is a thing that they talk about in.
That's true. They do
universe.
probably use the term gnosis. Yeah,
because they're all a bunch of fucking ivory tower bullshit nerds.
Free councils over there. But yeah, as your gnosis grows, you will be led into the deeper mysteries of the legacy, and your strength will increase, and eventually, I hope you will be led to find others to teach and mentor and bring into the fold. And she kind of reaches her hands out for yours as this yep. I just realized I'm sitting on my deathbed kind of reaction.
I'm going to take her hands and I will promise I will try to keep this going. I don't want it to die out.
That's all I can ask. And then I imagine Atratus just kind of fades away, and I feel like we have this moment of her kind of dragging away, and the gazebo just not collapsing and some just kind of folding down in on itself, and just all that is left. The last thing she sees is just that big empty void. And you step out, and you've got the jeweler's loop, and it is still a working soulstone, but kind of rings a little hollow. There's nothing to it anymore.
Okay. What time? What's gonna be midnight, right?
Yeah, easily.
Okay,
it's the witching hour, after all.
Trying to see if I can get a ride to the workshop.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
There's Uber. Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to head on to the workshop then.
Okay.
I'm going to take the soulstone with me.
Mm-hmm.
That one makes it a domain, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And when I get there, I'm going to pull out my bone knife that I made.
Mm-hmm. That cool little athame. I saw it on your Pinterest, and I was like, oh my god. Yes.
Yeah. And go over to one of the anvils we've got, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't come to this part of the workshop. I'm
Right,
just
this is
I
a
guess
songbird side.
a hammer, looking for, sure, hammer. That looks right. And yeah, I'm just gonna lay it out and just start smashing.
So yeah.
So anyways, you start smashing.
Thank you, Danny. And yeah, within, seconds, you have myriads of bone shards of
Just
various
shards.
sizes. Yeah.
And now I have to make them into something else.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think what I was gonna make it into.
Wow, that's a songbird
We
moment if
sat here
I've
and,
ever
we
heard
sat here and
one.
talked about it last night.
Mhm. No, I missed the part where it said I had to remake it. I thought I just had to destroy it.
Yeah, no, remake it and then dedicate it, which doesn't have to necessarily happen. Like, the initiation starts when you begin dedicating it as a new dedicated magical tool.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're not going to wait a month for you to actually have it dedicated. But
So I can't make it into a knife again.
right.
Trying to think of what
You guys
dedicated
in
tool.
chat are terrible.
Yeah, y'all are bad.
You're terrible people.
I didn't want to ruin it, but you're all bad.
Yeah. I'm not
And you don't know
evil.
Atratus very well.
No.
For YouTube, they're saying, go kill Gabe. What is wrong with y'all?
Terrible. Terrible. Yeah, I was trying to think of what yantra tool would be most useful to me. So I can make it into one of those instead, because knife is not it.
Chalice.
All right, chalice is good. You could also use
Coin?
I think coin.
Coin. You can make it into a mirror because you could bring in other stuff. It doesn't have to be just it. And then, while I'm thinking about it real quick, magic, yantras. Does
Trying to think of which ones are representative of what practice, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, the different functions, but yeah, page 121 for the base ones, and then I'm trying to remember because Mysterium uses Mysterium uses books, writing, and language. So like making it a pen, as an example.
A rod.
That's what I was thinking. I really like the rod I have,
Make
though.
yourself a big fucking bone nerd wand.
I've got one. It's really cool.
This one will be cooler. Yeah.
You can make a ring, and it would probably work as a coin.
Yeah, some kind of symbol
Bakubian
of,
suggests that.
Yeah, I like that.
And alternatively, if you want to keep it a weapon, you could take a knife and all those and turn it into like a hammer.
Or a
'cause that's
stiletto.
Yes,
That's also a knife.
Specifically, I bring up hammer because Moros, their thing are hammers, bases, crushing weapons.
Yeah. I think I'll do that because I also like the symbolism of hammers being used as like building things.
That's actually very, very true. Yeah.
Yeah. Take my knife, turn it into a hammer.
Take my knife, break it into pieces. Not proud of myself, sorry.
Spell. What's you need to roll the spell for Oh, it would be like a state change and a shaping, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what you can do is a combined spell.
Mm-hmm.
So just for the ease of everything, just go ahead and roll Gnosis plus Matter minus 2.
Okay. Gnosis and Matter. That's not many dice.
No problem.
Oh, it worked. 2 successes.
Yep. Yeah, and that's where we get the quick and dirty spellcasting, folks. It's not creative thom. It's just, hey, we just need to see if we can do this. Yep. And so, yeah, try to take some time to refigure and imagine all these bone shards just kind of get melty and congealy and put them together. And I don't imagine you're going for like a huge hammer.
No, it was a small knife. It was like this big.
Yeah.
So it's pocket
Little like
sized.
jewelers.
Yeah.
It's like a nutcracker.
It's a nutcracker.
I mean, yeah, basically.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's a symbol. It's not meant to. It's also made of bone. It's not a very good knife.
Yeah, that's very true. And so so with that, and the intent to dedicate it as your magical tool, you are now part of the
Welcome to the Legacy Club.
Yeah, the Legacy Club, the Ebon Phoenix, which I'm still working
No weirds
on.
allowed.
There has been some comments in Discord. Thank you. I appreciate it. People interested in it. If you're a Sleepwalker tier patron, you can go see it. It's still a work in progress. Don't judge me. The first thing that Atratus has just off the thing is Atratus no longer forgets things. She can just action to basically get encyclopedic knowledge or just perfect recall and can remember per each use technically a number of her mind dots of different facts. So each time she snaps her fingers is 2 more facts currently. And then because she also has death and matter too, can also summon the ghostly remnants of objects and bodies to kind of see what broke them.
It's really cool. It's like forensic gaze, but for items.
Yep, as well as corpses.
It's like the Obra Dinn.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's like, what was this? What happened to it? Ah, okay. So yeah.
Yeah, like I could already do it for bodies.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
But now I can do it for just like any broken thing.
Yep.
To see what it was and how it used to work.
Yep. And all without even like casting a spell. You just go, I'm gonna do this. Okay, I know now. Just like Songbird picking up a bookmark and going, who made this? Yep. Legacies. They're kind of cool. Yeah. Cool. There's also some oblations for getting mana back and some yantras that are over there. I probably need to expand and tweak those out a little bit because reading over them, I'm like, man, you got to be like really doing this very specific thing. Otherwise it doesn't give you anything. So I got to work on that. But hey, yay for oblations and getting mana without having to go to a hallow. So cool.
Yeah.
Righto.
Those are timed, right? You have to do it for like an hour or something.
The oblations, yes. It's let me pull up the book. I was just looking at it. Legacies, Demonomicons, oblations. That's right. It's it could just be an action, but you cannot gain more mana per day than dots in the Legacy's ruling arcana.
Okay, so 2 mana a day at most.
For you right now.
Because I noticed some of them were like solve a puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Like that doesn't take long.
Nope.
It might not take an hour. But
Right.
One Sudoku.
Yeah. And same thing. That's why, like, when Songbird went down to meet up with Colossus frequently, he's over there making some stuff. Why? That's 4 mana. That's 5 mana, just each day. But each, I think each activity becomes... it doesn't mention what you actually have to roll. We'll have to look into that. But yeah.
Mind is the ruling arcana.
Correct. Yeah, but I don't know that because it's technically the action, that gets you the mana, not necessarily your arcana. So, but yeah, well, I've got to figure that out because now I have 2 of you with mana just flowing in. Actually.
Mind spells don't cost mana anymore, right? Because it's a ruling arcana.
That is also true. Yes. Same thing with Songbird and Matter spells.
Matter.
Which we tweaked. Yes, if any of you were looking up that.
Listen,
I tweaked a homebrew thing, all right? So don't give me crap. But yeah, I find the idea of like, there is only one ruling arcana, and if you already have it, boo-hoo, you get 1 arcane beat off or something like that.
1 XP.
1 XP.
There's a whole XP.
After you buy it. It's not cheaper. You just get a refund.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is even worse.
Yeah. But I'm like, nah, go ahead and get a 3rd ruling arcana because that's cooler than
Yay.
because I mean, once you have 5, in a
Somebody
Arcana,
did a homebrew that I
Mhm.
thought was really cool. It's like Supreme Arcana or something like that.
Ooh.
If you double down on it, where it's like you get I think it's like an extra reach on all spells in that Arcana, and like something like you have like a bonus dot for reach purposes and stuff like that.
Oh, we'll have to
A
look
couple
at
other
it.
things. So it was pretty neat, but I don't think it'll affect any of us.
So cool. Yeah, because I think everybody likes having their extra ruling Arcana. So, righto. Oh yes, sorry. Backtracking. A thing that Atratus probably notices after the fact. Songbird and Atratus, you guys can go into wherever you've got your little sanctum and go ahead and increase your Hallow rank by 1.
Neat.
Cool.
It's
So
weird.
it's a 2 hello now?
Mm-hmm.
And that's by virtue of what?
You guys don't know.
Okay.
All right. And then
Neat.
I imagine Atratus goes, ooh, new tingly, and just kind of plays with, legacy stuff before it's like, okay, well, it is kind of late. And bebop's back home.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, with that
I am
said,
sad that she's gone.
but
But
she's
yeah, I'm
there.
just gonna string the loop back on like the necklace chain and keep it there.
Because yeah, it still has all those fun little perks of being a super mage Atlantean soulstone.
There's just no one inside it.
There's nobody inside it. No consciousness.
Mhm.
Consciousness. But it's still a portion of a mage's soul. Cool. Yeah. With that, unless you guys had anything else quick to do, I think we fast forward to you guys getting off a plane in Mexico.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Wanted to. Never mind. I'll be right for you.
Oh,
I'm good.
okay. Cool.
We go to Mexico.
All right.
Right.
I was thinking about buying a rope, but I think I'm.
I mean, you
okay.
can just do that. Do you want it?
Yeah, unless it's some weird combined spell, doohickey. Yeah, then just go ahead. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, if it's just a regular rope, especially with your status in Concilium and the Arrow, and heck, the Mysterium, you can probably find some book to borrow long enough to learn it. What road are you picking up?
I haven't decided if I am.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
I will say I did not.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Works for me. And yes, you guys get off the plane in Mexico. Oh, good Lord, it is so much warmer.
Thank God.
Mm-hmm. And I should pull up. It's not an Occultist Anonymous game without Drew complaining that he didn't pull up the map.
I got incognito presents now.
Nice.
We can
You have
hide
what?
again.
Oh,
I got incognito presents.
it still costs a mana, but not 2 now. Because that spell
Also,
is
telepathy.
OP. Mm-hmm.
Telepathy is pretty sweet.
Wait, do you have mine 3?
I have mine too. Telepathy's mine too.
Oh, wow. Why did Mammon never... Whatever.
Never do it.
John.
Oh yes, as I zoom in here. Oh hey, there's a hotel right outside Uxmal. So right. So to not belabor the point, you guys fly into Cancun because that looks less sketchy than flying into anywhere else in Mexico because you guys are flying from America.
Yeah.
And are, drive your way west. Not quite sure how far that is, but I'm not going to worry about it. Do you guys head straight to Uxmal, or you go to meet up with the Mysterium?
We need to meet up with the Mysterium first.
Yeah, because
Okay.
did we get like a location for them? Like,
Mhm.
Shanna gave us names, so I assume she told us where to find them.
They're not like centralized in a particular city. There's not a like significant, like there's no concilium in the area. But the
Did she not say they had a Atlantean?
They have a sensorium though.
Yeah, I thought their city seemed real cool.
oh man, hang on, now I'm flipped. Hang on.
You said the western part was the sensorium.
Thank you. Okay, yeah. The eastern part is the actual Athenaeum. But the sensorium is definitely not in any major town. It's outside. Let's see here. Actually, I'm curious. Google, don't let me down.
Touched.
Right. So thank you, Google. You didn't let me down. So yeah, there is up in, is that correct? Hang on. Yeah. In the kind of small town of Muna, Muna, north of Uxmal, there is a small church, Catholic out the wazoo, but it is a small church. So we're not talking massive cathedral or anything like that. And yeah, that is where you guys are directed to go meet with Acriel, the Hierophant of the Mysterium on the western side of Yucatan. The church itself is, small, quaint. Looks like it could probably hold maybe like 200 people, like for a service. But there are definitely like staff on the grounds. There's oh man, this is where all my, it's been a bit since I've looked at the Catholic Church, but you have the actual couple priests and stuff like that. There's a small cadre of nuns who help and do, assist in service and stuff like that. So when you guys arrive, there's some folks. Ooh, do you have universal language or is that Mind 3?
Let me see.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of. That would be super handy to have.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Yep, Mind 3. Dang. Okay. So now, fortunately,
And no one speaks Spanish.
No. But that said, especially within the church, and because of the training Catholic priests get, there's at least some decent English speaking, and they kind of greet you. And I mean, are you guys trying to pass yourselves off as like tourists, or especially knowing Songbird, is it like a straight up, no, we're here for the Mysterium stuff? Somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between,
Yeah.
probably.
No need to reveal
Like,
too much, right?
Yeah, a very poor tourist.
Right. And especially...
I mean, I can look at people. I have a spell that will let me look at them and know if they're mages.
That's very true.
Which one is it? It's death. It's like death 1. Soul marks.
Yes, and it is resisted by their resolve. But yeah, you could basically do similar to with your life web. You could do kind of a big area and get like everybody here. I can tell if they're, but you have to beat their resolve.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do that. Okay, I need to do it instantly. Scale. I don't need duration.
Nope, because you just want your little quick ping.
Yeah, and I don't need the reach because these souls are all attached.
Right, they indeed are. And you have base potency of 3 because you have death 3. So if you take a -4, that'll get you to at least covering resolve 5. Excuse me.
Do I need to make this scale bigger also?
Scale is going to determine, scale kind of depends on what you're casting because, or more specifically, what you're aiming at. So you can get a lot of targets if you basically target an area. And so you would know, so like, for instance, like this church is definitely probably within a small warehouse. So if you did advanced scale -2, that would get it. But if you were like picking discrete subjects, then you would have to do by subject. And you don't have to spend a reach for sensory range if you're just doing it like right here.
Centered on you.
Mm-hmm.
I can get an enter bonus of 7. Because, well,
as long as you're countering
6. 3 for a shadow name, 2 for the soulstone, 1 for another tool.
Okay.
Which, as far as I'm saying, will leave me with 6 dice.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, you need
1 success.
Yep. So yeah, as you guys kind of walk in and this priest is speaking with you, you kind of play with your pagan occult objects in the Catholic Church. Actually, probably mostly just the jeweler's loop and some other small mirror, and kind of reach out and feel these couple people, and you can feel their souls. And I guess you ask the same question as whether or not they're awakened. And
I can also pick up some other cool things, but I don't really care about any of them.
Right.
If any of them are supernatural beings, would actually be cool.
Oh, yes.
Or are they all just humans?
They're all just humans. And yeah, because it depends on how much potency you go over is how much.
Like on a per subject basis.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first question is whether or not they're awakened, I imagine. And so yeah, most everybody not awakened, but yeah, there is a, young woman, hair tied back into like a severe, tight little bun, stuff like that, and a kind of simple nun smock, who's just kind of to the side, sweeping, and kind
I
of
don't see nuns here. They wear.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they do have the little. Yes, thank you. Told. Yeah. But yeah, she's just kind of sweeping away, like just in the large sanctuary, just cleaning. But everybody else comes up as just normal humans.
I'll reach over and tap Songbird over on the shoulder and just like point her out. She's Mage. Okay. So I assume we're gonna go approach her.
I'll follow your lead.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk over to her and ask if she speaks English.
Yeah, she turns and it's a pretty thick, heavy accent. She's, but yeah, very clear, yeah, I speak English. How can I help you? And like, as she's looking at you, and because goth gal and different stuff, and then looks over at Songbird and looks over at Weird Sword and goes,
wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, no, man, you ain't got hidden hoard on that thing. Like, even if you got the coat tucked around,
it's a rapey.
Yeah, but there's the quick up and down of all three of you as a kind of mixed bundle, and she goes,
yeah,
okay, yes, and she continues to sweep and kind of talking, kind of just quiet tones because it's a church. She's like, right, you wouldn't know whether. Sorry. There we go. Put that on vibrate. Yeah, you wouldn't know where the sensorium is. Okay. Well, I'm going to be here until sunset. And she gives you just some quick directions, and they're basically, it's out of town. It's walking distance from here, but it's a couple blocks. And basically just out east of town, and just like there's a farm. Look for the farm. It's, got this kind of, it's got a large barn. It has a large field and stuff like that. And that's where the sensorium is. And I will meet you there half an hour after sunset.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's her name?
Acriel.
Oh, this is her. Okay. Great.
I was expecting nunnier.
Mhm. No. Then
She's
you know,
none.
then my job is, you know, my job is complete. Well, not complete, but yeah, I did a good job. If I'm not what you expected, if you don't mind, I need to be going and just continue
Thank you very
sweeping
much.
along.
We'll see you then.
Waves bids you farewell in Spanish. Yes, I know how to say it, but I'm not going to.
Adios.
Yeah, well, I'm not even good. I was going to say hasta mañana, but no, because she is trying to portray.
Mañana is tomorrow.
It is, and that is her literally her
Yeah.
point of like, oh, I'm not going to see these people later.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew where I was going with that. You're welcome, Miss Vio. I hope I didn't let you down. Anyways, so you guys head out. I imagine you guys have rented a vehicle instead of walking everywhere.
Songbird drives.
Yep. And you guys make your way out of town. There is, large barn, big field of some green thing growing. None of you are farm folks, and nothing is obvious to be like, okay, what are they picking or what are they growing? So, following her directions, just drive up towards the barn and kind of put it in park. And according to her, don't go nosing around. Because there are traps. There are things for keeping people out. Excuse me. Unless you guys chat, we kind of fast forward to the evening.
So I had to hit Songbird with like, what was that? Did you expect something nunnier?
Old, wrinkled,
Because young
beating
people are
children with rulers.
okay. You have got some
that's true. I could have
serious stereotyping going on there. I mean, nuns are just people, right? They can be old and young, or they can have different
Are they?
personalities. Yeah, they really are.
All right.
Yeah.
Take your word for it.
Sunsets, and I imagine you guys are like just chilling, eating snacks that were purchased at the gas station.
Just waiting for it to show up.
Sunsets in 20 or so minutes after you see Acriel, and she has her posture has changed. The nun smock and such habit. There it is. Been driving me nuts. The nun habit.
Nun smock.
Yes. Well, I was like, there's a movie. What is it?
Wait, what's her habit?
Yeah. Is gone.
I thought nuns were supposed to avoid vices.
Oh boy. And that's an addiction. Anyways, and she kind of walks up, knocks on the window, and says, "All right, you all can follow me." Her accent is still there, though it's a little lessened. Like I said, her posture is a little bit, and now you can see that tight, all her hair pulled back in that tight bun.
See her tight bun.
Yep. And her, she has these kind of ornamental looking, help me out here. Well, I guess not quite chopsticks, but hair doohickeys.
You're on a fucking roll of descriptions tonight,
Dude,
dog.
it has been a week at work, let me tell you.
She's got the pretty sticks in her hair.
Have you sustained a blow to the head or something? Are you everything all right?
Sales came back from vacation and they wanted everything all done today. Right. Day job stuff. Not fun. Anyways, definitely some ornamental stuff in her hair that, now that Ash pointed it out, actually probably would be comfortably hidden under her habit. But they definitely have the look of, tool, yantras, maybe imbued items, and kind of ushers you guys out. Whiny dogs today. Out and towards the barn. Of course, outside, while you guys have been sitting, you've seen folks working, tractors moving, different other, kind of normal farm work stuff. No livestock, just plants. Agriculture, whatever.
Not even a single goat.
Not even a single goat. Leads you guys into the barn, and well, actually not into the barn, but beside it, what would look like a cellar, and pulls this thing open, and places her hand kind of over the opening, and says a couple words that sounds like Spanish gibberish, and by that I mean like it's
Thai speech.
No, it's actually Spanish, but it's code words. And that like those words don't make a sentence, but yeah, speak that, and then she's like, okay, quickly now, we have a minute, and lead down in, and it's similar to the Athenaeum in New York. There are bookshelves lining, and it's nowhere near the size of the Athenaeum in New York. It's probably we'll say it's about a football field that kind of stretches out, and it's got concrete heavy duty walls that you can see, and it is lined with bookshelves, and then the space in between is just these big open tables that have 2 or 3 other, you would imagine, mages or maybe sleepwalkers. There's definitely no sleepers down here, who are working over tomes. There's a couple who are wearing legitimate like hazmat suits, as they're like interacting with some of these objects. And some of them are in like a big glass like fume hood case, as they're trying to interact or fumigate, or I don't know what they're doing to these books. And then the bookshelves that are actually lined on the walls have, I guess, similar to, any place you've gone shopping where they have the big heavy glass in front of them with, locks on them to prevent them from being opened. And she looks around, she says, well, I'm very glad to hear that you're not here for our collection, and kind of leads you to a small, like, it's a little waiting, sitting area. There are no other rooms off of this place. It is this large chamber.
Just a little basement. Yep.
Yeah, and notably, like,
it's a bunker, essentially.
Right, and it definitely looks like there's no, like, places to hide or pieces of cover that somebody could be sneaking around. It is very, very open. So she kind of, sits down, motions, and says, we're not ones for hospitality here, so I apologize for not having something to, share with you, especially after a long journey. But as I understand, based on the message Shanna emailed me, you all are looking for potentially just a way stop, and I guess you're searching for a book, but not a book that is here. So it
might not be a book at all, but it's
she would have said grimoire. Yeah. But so besides a room that hopefully the three of you don't mind sharing, it's a big room, but
it's fine.
That's fine.
And then we can feed you in the morning, but we keep a low profile here. We don't have a lot of things, and what things we do need, we just make temporarily. So
the room is more than generous. We just needed perhaps
just a secure place. That's all we needed.
Okay.
And perhaps a little information.
Absolutely. What information can we provide? And she's been giving you and Weird like these looks of like not quite Mysterium people.
We're looking for information on Uxmal.
Mm-hmm.
What we're looking for should be there. Can you tell us anything about the area? Any unusual magical properties it might have?
Or even rumors and happenstance.
Yeah. The last place we went to was rumored to be cursed, so that anyone who went there died. For example.
Uxmal is...
Does this one have?
No, Uxmal is not quite a tourist trap, but as far as I am aware,
2 hotels and a museum of chocolate. It's not going to be that dangerous, right?
yeah. I don't know of any urban legends that surround it. I haven't been myself, but I know, in years past, because imagine you're talking about the pyramid. It has been looked over.
It's not a place of power or anything?
Perhaps once. At this point, I think sleepers have stomped around it enough that what was there, I think that it may be a hallow or a verge. I haven't been, but I know there's a touch.
Pointed look at weird.
There is a touch of the supernal on it, but where exactly it is, I'm not sure. But I'll ask around amongst the caucus here, see if anybody knows stories from the past. But as far as we know, it's been picked clean, so to speak, of any real value. So whatever is there, if it is there, is probably well hidden. But if you at least know what you're looking for, then and it's there, then hopefully maybe you can find it. If not, then perhaps it's been carried away already, at which point you're the Acanthus, right? And pointing to Weird and says, hopefully you'll be able to take a look.
Find out when.
Yeah. Beyond that, it's not there's the palace and the temple itself. So hopefully you find something. And if we can be of assistance, like I said, and she kind of motions, and it's just the 4 of us here. Plus, I was trying to figure out what term she'd use. A group of sleepwalkers and sleepers that work as guard. Some private military folks who don't know what they're guarding other than a barn. But they don't ask questions and they take our money. So,
sounds good.
How did you become involved with this place?
The sensorium?
Yeah.
I was assigned here.
Oh, but more, why is it your field of study? Or is it just, it's a job?
And she kind of settles back and she realizes okay, the official professional stuff is that we're going to get personal, and she seems comfortable with it. But yeah, she kind of leans back. Well, considering my upbringing, which you had a show of at the church, there are things that must be kept away, and brought out when called for. We think that the Guardians have the right idea. Some stuff should be taken away, but some things are useful. Tools.
Weapons.
Yep. Sometimes when, your house catches on fire, you don't fight fire with fire, you fight it with water. But knowing that you need to...
Or unfire, in your case here.
Correct. There are nasty things in the abyss, but occasionally knowing the right thing can be useful. If nothing else, it's also useful for identifying when things have gone very, very bad and know how to fix it. But since you asked, what about you? How did you become an arrow, if I remember correctly, based on Shannon's, tied to a guardian and a mystagogue?
I am a banner warden.
See my sticker?
See my sticker?
But like me, you were assigned to it, right?
Yeah, but I mean, Mage Society, people don't often end up assigned to things that they're not either at least right for, if not like desiring. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've got cosmic power to do what we want. As long as we're trying to do it responsibly, it seems that, most conciliums would let you sort of, at the very least, steer you in the right direction towards something that might match well with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, in my case, I haven't actually been a member of a concilium.
Well, sure. Concilium, caucus,
Mm-hmm. No.
cabal, even.
Yeah. No, I worked hard to get to this position, and so that I can look over this place and when I take a matter of pride when the other caucuses reach out and say that they have a problem, and it's my sensorium that has the solution. But thank you for asking.
Mm-hmm.
But you all are welcome to sit and talk. Join us. Not join us, and kind of pointing toward the work tables.
I sincerely hope that a bedtime story does not come with our room.
Nope. Not unless you want
nightmares.
Yeah, no.
Like, look at Atratus. I told you books are dangerous.
I can give you good dreams.
That's true.
By that I mean I can hop into your dreams and make what I want happen.
Take that as you will.
Yes. Wow.
I like the reach on that one because it can give yourself lucid dreaming.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and be utterly in control of your own dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Great for confronting that nightmare. So, you guys chat with Acril a little bit more. She gives you the names of the other mages, some of the sleepwalkers, as well as some like contact information. They come over and chat with you and ask questions about New York. New York City. Yeah. Nuevo New York. Or Nuevo York. But yeah, you guys, chat. They are, especially like speaking with the other mages, they are compared to like the Mysterium members that you guys have met, especially up in New York, like they're not terse, but they're definitely aloof. Like these guys and gals study really fucked up shit. Brain spiders.
No brain spiders.
Yes. Which, by the way, that's an emote or an emoji on our Discord. Come join us. Eat into .space.
It's very cute.
Amanda made it. It's great. Little spider on a brain waving. Anyways, it does. Yeah, for them being aloof, they definitely seem to like appreciate having some more folks to chat with, and hear from and talk about what stuff you've gone after. I'm 100% sure that they ask you about what exactly are you looking for? What sent you down here? And I imagine all three of you are like, we got to be a little tight-lipped about this. Sorry.
Beyond a grimoire.
Right.
That's
Beyond that, and they, working at a sensorium.
Yeah, they understand.
They get it. You guys pass a little while, kind of conversating, and eventually they leave with you, and you guys head into the farmhouse, which is a fairly large farmhouse. 5 bedrooms, like 4 bath.
Wow.
It definitely has that. Like, this used to be a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, like single room place that has been like built out over generations, and so floors don't match, walls don't match, but it's definitely kind of grown out and built out, based on their needs. You guys have dinner with them, which definitely has once they have left the sensorium and you meet up with some sleepwalkers and stuff, like it's a big dining table, and it is very family style. Like, we're passing food around and people are and joking, but like there's like, and every now and then, like, a silence falls, and like somebody kind of looks back through the walls, back towards like the basement. Like, this thing kind of haunts them, but this is their job, this is their duty, and they're going to do it. And actually, I kind of feel like, oh man, what's that movie? Dang it, whatever. Like The Thing or Alien or something like that. I can't remember which one. It's like, oh, it's also happy, and like they're waiting for the other shoe to drop. But yeah, you guys have dinner. They show you to one of the bedrooms. Some of the other folks are kind of doubling up, and yeah, it's got like a big like queen size bed, and they're like, we don't like three of you like snugglers, or they bring out like they set up like military style cot. And there's like plenty of blankets and pillows and stuff like that. But, cramped into this, mid-sized, bedroom. And then, just pause me whenever you guys have to, break in here. But yeah.
I think we're good.
Cool. And then, so then the next morning, wake. And I imagine, considering travel time plus your guys' normal wake up time compared to theirs, like you wake up and like, oh, breakfast is on and cooking and done, and yeah, because they're up at dawn, they see you guys fed, and on your way.
Later. Nice to meet you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Take a moment and like thank them.
Sure.
Specifically for the hospitality. And try and be friendly.
Right.
Sure.
And I mean, hospitality, thanking, yep, that's a weird thing to do.
Yep.
So you guys make your way down to Uxmal, which, as we've mentioned multiple times, yes, there is a plantation museum, there's a Museo del Chocolate, the Anchaco story. I'm not 100% sure what that is.
No,
but
Craig doesn't remember, but I think we were actually looking for the Temple of the Magician, or the Pyramid of the Magician, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that is what you guys had worked out, because Circle was Uxmal, and when you compared all the different stuff, you're pyramid here, pyramid here, pyramid here, pyramid
yeah, there's
here.
A few pyramids on that side.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
And so, and Uxmal specifically has the Pyramida del Adivino. See, I can do my Spanish if I am forced to. And you guys make your way down there. It is like open to tourists, at least to a degree. You guys can make your way right up to this enormous place.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, if it's the one that I'm looking at, it's 115 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Big monolithic pile of stone.
Yep.
All right.
And has, especially compared to Peru, which was like, this is like dirt mounds that you can't really see, to this thing, which, as I'm thinking about it right now, for those of you who I can't post it on Discord. Never mind. I will post it during the break on Discord. It's a big old thing of, stone brick, courtyard and area around it has definitely kind of fallen to ruin, but the main big pyramid is there with those ridiculous old school thin and narrow and tall steps that lead up to the upper level. Actually, fun fact, similar to the farmhouse, has had multiple generations of construction on it.
It is very cool. I just looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, I imagine, pull in, park, and look up at this big old pyramid. Where do we go first?
So we're definitely going to the chocolate museum before we leave.
I mean, yeah,
absolutely.
Yep. Mysteries of the universe, but hang on, chocolate, guys.
But first, chocolate.
Yeah.
It's like they probably have really good chocolate, though.
They have amazing chocolate, I am sure of it. And the old school style, where before we screwed it up by putting sugar in it.
Too much sugar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
okay, so
I am going to...
Can you go?
Mm-hmm.
Can you walk up in the...
It's open. There's only one temple that isn't open, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The second temple.
Yeah, there's
they let you walk up the stairs and go inside.
Mm-hmm.
There's entrances made it's it's all completely accessible.
Yeah. Because especially compared to like Egypt and like the pyramids of Giza and stuff like that, where that stone, can be easily washed away from people even touching it. This is like granite, stone. It's not quite the sandstone, so it's a little bit more resistant.
How big is this like complex?
That's I'm killing me because I had at one point.
Man, you can just make it up.
It's pretty big.
Give me a scale.
But yeah, overall, well, are you like you mean like the entire complex? Oh, like scale as in for spell. Sorry. Yeah. I love my spell casting thing. Yeah, it's probably
500 meters about from northeast to southwest.
Yeah, it's probably a large warehouse. So like -4 on the advanced.
Mm-hmm.
And what are we casting? It's clearly Prime.
I want to. I mean, it's a knowing, or it's a knowing spell. I think is the right, much like a Web of Life kind of thing. But I'm looking for a ping from this signature.
Oh,
that I know in my head.
Studied. Sure.
That I've seen in 2 examples.
Yeah,
now.
I definitely feel like unveiling is definitely.
Yeah, unveiling is the right. Not knowing.
Yep. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Cool.
7 -4 is 3 plus 8, 11.
11 dice. Mm-hmm. 5 successes.
Sure. So I'm sure you just want like a point of mana.
I'm topped.
Oh. Yeah, no, I'm mostly making a joke. Yeah, go ahead and take an arcane beat. I cannot be arsed.
Cool.
I'm thinking I'm just going to lean into that just a little bit more these days, just because the conditions just make people jump through hoops. And so while you're doing that, Weird is also casting a spell.
Yep.
What are we casting, Weird?
I'm kind of putting a spin on shifting the odds.
Everybody got to modify their spells these days. What are we doing?
1 success.
Well, hang on. What are we doing before you start rolling them dice?
Yeah, sure. I want to, I've got my crystal pendant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm basically going to be like dowsing for where the thing is that we want to get to, like the entrance to wherever. I'm thinking there's probably going to be an entrance, so I'm going to use the crystal pendant just to douse for the direction we need to go to.
Cool.
Is this a space spell?
No.
No, it's shifting the odds. Within an hour leads them to the thing they're looking for, right?
Okay.
Which, I totally get that. Spell cast, and then go ahead and do me a favor and roll Gnosis plus Fate. It's a Clash of Wills.
Oh, that's interesting.
Do I encounter anything like this?
Can I throw willpower at that?
Yes, mages are the few people who can actually do Clash of Wills, or add willpower to the Clash of Wills. Yes, Songbird, I believe it does.
3 successes.
Mm-hmm.
2 successes.
Cool. Whoops. Don't type that out. Spell.
I remember my spell earlier. I rolled it with Death 3 because you said that, and my brain was just like, yeah, sure.
Do you have Death 4? Oh,
I
you
do
have Death 4. It's Matter 3. Dang it!
That's all right.
Yeah. Right. All right, so Craig, you and I are going to have to roll off, but hold that thought. I'm going to roll against Chris. Yeah, Chris, your spell, rings out, and you feel a tug.
Clashes against something.
Yep, but nothing. You get ping goes off, and then go ahead and re-roll, Greg.
Do I have to pay for another?
No, because it's just we're re-rolling. Your pool is 7 plus 3 is 10. Yep.
2 successes.
5.
Wow,
Good
shit.
Lord.
Yeah. So yeah, your little dowsing rod, attempt, and it's like the spell is going off, and it's just like circles, circles, circles.
I feel like both of us at the same time just go, fuck.
Fuck.
I just want to look around with Mage Sight.
Sure. And which mage sites are you using?
Let's see. Mind.
Okay.
I have to use the mana for that, yeah.
Not anymore,
All right.
because it's a ruling arcana. I was actually waiting for that exact thing. I was like, not anymore. Yeah, so you can technically throw on all 3 at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Just to see if anything, because I know none of those are what this grimoire is about, but.
And notably, so death lets you spot anchors, manifested ghosts, and see if somebody has a soul or if they're dead. Matter will let you determine the structure and durability of anything they look at, as well as the value and quality of objects. Mind lets you detect the presence of thinking beings, which is really cool, and allows you to tell from a glance if someone is asleep, comatose, awake, meditating, projecting out of the body, and is aware when somebody gains or spends willpower. So yeah, you kind of look over at weird as like straining for that clash of wills. But yeah, of course, everything goes into Stygia as you turn this in, and so you're actually able to see kind of some of these structures kind of rebuilding up and seeing them as they were and then crumpling back down, watching even the massive pyramid back to its height and then seeing it even crumpling down in just kind of these fluxing states of decay. The one thing that you do see kind of, because imagine at this point you guys are like walking around the exterior, you haven't gone in anywhere. You don't see it. Actually, real quick, Weird and Songbird, have you guys done Mage Sight as well when you got here? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just especially once you cast those out. Prime letting you see stuff as Yandra's, presence of awakened spells and attainments. What else do we have in here?
Just supernal bullshit.
Yep. Forces. Fate lets you see people with dramatic failures. Death, of course, we know about that. And time.
Hey, I get matter as well.
Oh, that's true. I was like, there should be a third one for. Yep, that is just doubling up on matter. And then yes, differences of time. So yeah, looking around, none of your guys' individual like mage sites trigger. But as you're like looking, you can definitely feel that the major pyramid, notably Ash, Atratus, and Songbird, compared to everything else about the pyramid, looks to have more structure and durability than it should. It's not to the level of like perfected metals like Apiron and stuff like that.
Or Adama.
Right. Actually, Adama is what I was thinking of. It's not quite to that level, but it's like somebody made this place particularly robust.
Okay.
Is there a spell on it? Or was it just buffed at one point? Okay.
Yeah, there's no active spell.
Oh, I can see spirits now too, right?
Goetia.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Spirit's life.
Right. Well, spirit
I
is
do
spirit.
have a point in life. I could.
Spirit is
Spirit.
All right.
But yeah, you can, and yeah, that sensing thinking beings, by the way, is one of the few ways to get around incognito presence.
Yeah.
Still clash of wills, but Craig says I have another spell.
I do.
What are we casting?
Inward, outward eye. I'm overreaching by 1. I'll be using my rapier to absorb that.
Okay.
So chance die.
Nothing. And roll that 11.
7 successes.
Jesus Christ.
Don't worry, guys. Weird is still here.
I'll take
Still
it.
here. Never
Yeah.
left.
Do you want to go ahead and get the mana back for casting a space spell?
Yeah,
Or-
and +1, right?
Oh, yes. Plus
Yeah,
an
yep.
additional one. Yes.
Yes,
I was like,
absolutely.
plus
I'll
one
take, give me the mana. I'll take the mana.
Oh, it's good stuff. Okay. So yeah, with that, you kind of have this overarching, sensation of everything and the layout of stuff. And go ahead and do me a favor and roll Gnosis plus space.
Gnosis plus space. Okay. Two successes.
Are you putting willpower on that?
I am.
Okay, just double check. Bloop.
I'm burning through willpower pretty quickly.
Nope. on 12 dice, my Clash of Wills got a 7 success.
So here's my question: can I use Mage Sight with through outward inward eye?
Yeah, because you're perceiving. Because remember, Mage
Everything,
Sight is
yeah.
not
Yeah,
necessarily, especially as we talked with Jimmy, Mage Sight is not necessarily sight.
Mhm.
It is,
Mhm.
picking up sensations.
Perception.
Perceptions. And so, but yes, you get this view of everything. You can kind of see into the pyramid a little bit before it gets too dark. The world around you is, fresh and clean.
And no irises or anything like that.
Not that you. Oh, did you put the?
I put the extra 2 reach in there.
Okay, gotcha. No, not that you can see.
Okay, I got it.
All right. Well, obviously there's nothing here, so we should leave.
Indeed.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I was trying to find where's the thing in the book that tells you what your 2-dot attainments are.
It's under attainments. It's at the end of the magic
Into
chapter.
the magic chapter.
I want to see what I get for mine.
Page 192.
You can see Goetia.
Yeah. Goetia and mental twilight phenomenon. Yep.
And my passive Mage Sight pings on them also.
Correct. Yeah. So,
Same as death.
just like your
and
ghost
spirit.
sense.
Mine armor is fucking rad as fuck, though.
Give up. You don't want to fight me. Yep. Cool. So yeah, as you guys are looking, especially because you guys can definitely feel like, you've cast these spells out and it's clashing and it's hitting something. Because remember, you can tell when your spells have clashed, but what it's clashing against, you do not know.
I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
Or not try again, but rework the spell. Because I have extra reach to work with. So I'm gonna add advanced duration and advanced potency.
Oh, to bump up your clash.
Mhm.
Sure.
Which will not affect the dice pool.
Oh, your spellcast pool. Right. I'm with you. Mhm. Cool.
4 successes.
All right. And
So this would then make my pool a 10. I'm going to spend a willpower on it as well.
all right. You're up
Can you
against
just-
7 successes.
Could we?
Ow. 13
Okay.
dice, and he got 4 successes.
All right. Well, we know something is
I would like to
here.
solve the puzzle.
Do you want to go inside?
This is a lot of dice.
Oh, I was going to give it another try too with advanced potency because I've got an extra reach too.
Okay. I feel like we're standing outside throwing spells at this thing. It's like we know it's there.
Yeah, we are basically.
You're
So-
clashing with the you know it's there.
So you cast the spell, so yeah, you'll get, you said you have advanced potency and
Yep.
advanced duration? Or just advanced potency?
Just everything I had before, but I had advanced potency. I had 1 extra reach anyway.
So plus 2.
So +2, so I'll have 5 for modifier. 5 successes.
All right, we'll re-roll, because I also got 5 successes. Oh.
Get him! Get him! Boom, baby!
I was gonna say, if I got like 3 successes against weird, I was kind of concerned. So, and you're using, to remind everybody, well, this is the dowsing rod.
This is the dowsing, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a little frustration. You guys are talking amongst yourselves, I imagine. It's like, hang on, there's something here.
Mhm.
And Weird and Songbird both go, hang on, I'm going to give it one more try. Songbird, yeah, you get that, send that ping out, and you feel it rubbing over something. But yeah, can't, what it is you're rubbing over, you don't know.
Songbird wants to go punch this thing now.
Right.
I don't know what it is,
It's
but I want to go punch it.
Yep.
And then instead of doing the circular, start to see it running in a direction.
Mhm.
I got it.
Yep. And it leads you, believe it or not, into the damn pyramid.
Up the steps, imagine.
Yeah.
What? Which
actually-
level is it going to be to? Because there's 3
Sure.
different entrances to the thing. And
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of different stuff. Yeah, but yeah, it does lead you. Yeah, and I think there's a point at where Weird is like holding this thing and it's starting to like lift up against gravity. It's like, hang on, I put that down.
Yeah,
Hang
yeah.
on, the sleepers are around here. But yeah, it is definitely like leaning upward to the top of the pyramid.
Okay.
So Weird, I imagine, takes the lead. Probably quickly outstripped by both Atratus and Songbird, because those are some tall steps.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Probably up to my waist.
right. Climbing. Or we have a claptrap moment. Anyways. And you're welcome, Borderlands fans.
Stairs.
And so, yeah, you guys make your way to the top of this Mayan pyramid, to the, kind of top level, which I believe they call is, the House of the Magician or Soothsayer, that sits on the top. And yeah, it has some like cool lattice ornamentation and has 3 rooms. Oh yeah, by the way, those stairs are a 60-degree angle. So yeah, they're
Don't slip.
steep. Yeah, because you will go falling down. But yeah, and within that chamber, it's all just empty stone. You can see some, nice ornamentation. Some of it is really kind of worn at this point. You can see kind of flecks of paint of what probably used to, decorate this place, because there's no way it was bare stone way back when it was first built. And then, the sense of the something that you were feeling from the pyramid, you're definitely feeling it centered in this room. This is very likely... actually, I can go ahead and say that, Songbird, you definitely tell, like, this is a hallow.
Mhm.
It is a small hallow. It's a 2-dot hallow. It is also currently empty.
Ooh.
And I believe, as I scroll back up to Mage Sighty stuff, double check. Yes, that is all you guys see. But yeah, once you're up here, Weird's pendant kind of turns in circles.
Okay. What kind of markings or diagrams or anything or in here?
I mean, it's Mayan, religious / magical, types of stuff.
It's like stone slabs on the floor and that kind of thing.
I don't think this was of the Aztec, ritual sacrifice kind of place. But I mean, it's got some kind of tables and stuff. It's got 3 rooms, so I imagine the central room is kind of empty. The side rooms have some additional ancient stone table type things and stuff like that. But like I said, for the most part, this place is devoid of a lot of the stuff would have been painted, and that's all worn away. So most of the markings are gone at this point.
You can see irises and verges, right? With your mage sight.
That is a space mage site.
I haven't activated Space Mage Sight because of the mana.
Yes, but we were told that it was maybe a verge. So
But I do still have Inward Outward Eye active. And I paid extra for the verges and irises. Do we see anything there?
Mm. Not currently.
Because you still lost that clash.
What's that?
yeah, you failed the Clash of Wills on that.
Okay.
And before, just to clarify, if you spend a point of mana to activate Space Mage Sight, you're going to be rolling a Clash of Wills on that as well.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna do.
So
I'm gonna drop Inward Outward Eye, and I'm gonna try it again.
Okay. What were you saying, Chris?
is there a magical effect? Like there's something. Is it a spell?
Yes, you can tell there's a spell. Because that's what
Okay.
you're clashing against, but it is veiled.
This is gonna be a really expensive day. Okay. Let's make sure I got. So I need Advanced Potency, Instant Cast. That's +2. So 4. I don't necessarily need Advanced
Are there any other
Duration
people-
here, right? So
Well, Advanced
Are
Duration
there any other
increases
people
your Clash
in
of
this
Wills.
room?
Advanced Duration increases my Clash of Wills?
They'll give you +1.
Oh, I didn't know that.
For
To your
each
dice.
for each level of Advanced Duration, you have an additional die.
No, I won't do that. Okay. So 11,
So-
overreaching by 1. Rapier will take
Using
2,
your rapier.
and I'm going to spend 2 points of mana.
You got 5 and 3 there.
5 and 3.
You're reaching by 2.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 dice for my dedicated magical tool, and then 2 points of mana for the last 2 dice. So it's
Okay.
it's just a chance die.
And you are so scared of that fucking paradox.
I am
Yeah.
Guardian.
So yeah, 11 dice.
All right. 2 successes.
Cool.
Clash of
and you
Wills,
said,
right?
And you said you had an advanced duration, which gonna double check. I'm pretty sure Inward Outward Eye is duration. So
Duration
Yeah.
spell.
you have space 3, so that's 3. And then you took advanced potency, which is another 2. So that's an extra 5 on top
Plus
of your
5.
gnosis plus space.
Plus willpower would be 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
You serious? All right.
Is there anyone else in this room?
Currently, no. I imagine you guys
Okay.
kind of got up early, got up here.
Yeah, there's definitely something veiling
Um,
it from.
Cool. I'm going to.
You're going to songbird it?
What's up?
I said, are you going to songbird it?
Yeah, I'm going to songbird it for at least a few seconds and see what's up.
Mhm. Doing supernal dispellation or
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what this thing is. I haven't gotten past a single fucking Clash of Wills.
I mean, we know roughly what the grimoires are like. It's like if they're being veiled by something similarly as powerful.
where the heck is supernal dispellation?
Prime 4. It's the last one on Prime 4.
Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. I'm looking at Prime 3. Continue. It's like, I know it should be here, and all I'm looking at is Stealing Fire, which is 3 dots. Sorry, being a dumbass. So, for 8 Arcana,
And this is just the like temporary thing
Mhm.
to give us a
Because
chance
you would
to
have to reach
see
further
what's going
a
on.
lot further. Right, okay. Cool.
All right, be ready to take a look. You're going to have 12 seconds.
It's already up, so
Yeah, that's true. He already has Inward Outward Eye.
Yeah, but I'm like,
Mhm.
be ready to like do your eyeballs.
So 7,
That's the thing within I don't even have to look at it. I just see it.
10.
10.
9 successes.
So, hey, Chris, do you want to just bypass the withstand?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so
I mean, did I beat the withstand?
you don't know that, and that's why I'm asking. It is going to be your call.
Okay. I mean, yes, I'm going to bypass the withstand.
Okay.
Will Drew give me the info of whether I would have?
Afterwards, no, you would not have.
Jesus.
Yeah, so whoomp, and it is this. I imagine, like, Songbird punches things. This is like a slice into something that is covering, whatever is here, and you're just kind of getting a peek, a 6-second, I think, peek into this thing.
I mean, it's duration, base duration.
Is it base duration?
Oh,
No,
never mind.
potency.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's one round.
Yeah. So 6 seconds, and Atratus and Songbird, you're like, okay, this thing is gone, but not picking up anything weird. Who has the inward outward eye? You're like, there is an iris here, which actually I got to jump back over to space because you can see into them, if I remember correctly, but that doesn't tell you necessarily anything else about them. May use the spell to see through an existing warp or shortcut, a distortion iris, which, by the way, is not the same thing as a verge. Distortion irises are teleporting. Or magical portal created with additional arcana based on the nature of the portal. You may see through other things at storyteller's discretion. So you cannot actually see through it without the proper arcana added to the spell, but you can most definitely see, because I'm kind of wiggling this a little bit, kind of space mage sight, because that's what inward outward eye is. And yeah, you have, like, you're pressed up to the glass and looking out at thriving Mayan civilization. You are looking out at the same pyramid, like you're looking off the top of the same pyramid that is painted and decorated, and you see figures moving out and about, going about their daily business, but it's kind of blurry. You can't quite make stuff out. And then 6 seconds later.
Okay, so I've got Fate and Time because I have those arcana.
Yes, but you have to add them to the spell.
Oh, I have to add them to the spell specifically. Okay.
Right. But if we can go so far as to say, because you know what you're doing, you can add them to the spell. That's fine.
Sure.
So if you had added Fate and Time, still would not have let you see through it. It's not a portal back through time, and I don't know where Fate would take you. Maybe a hedge. But no, that is definitely not what that is. This is some weird and funky, which we'll talk about when we come back.
Oh, is that time already?
Because it is 7:35, so it is time for us to take a quick little break. Which I was like, hang on, I got to let him go a little bit longer so we can have a proper cliffhanger, air quotes.
So we can actually find something here.
Yes.
Right? Before Chris blows a blood vessel. Or Songbird, I can't quite tell. But yes.
I'm good.
Regardless, thank you guys for joining us. We will be back in a little bit. And as always, come join us on Patreon, patreon.com/occultistsanonymous, or staylucky.club. And if you want to discuss what you're seeing, what the heck is going on, all that kind of cool stuff, that is, you can come join us on Discord. That's yeetinto.space. Come join us and talk about abyssal brain spiders. Yeet. So Twitch folks will be back in just a couple of minutes. YouTube guys, we'll see you on Friday.
Stay lucky.
Bye.